Speaking of which, I need to update my Tekken Tag Tournament too.
Why? Is there a new update?
No, but like, don't right? They release characters every so often with updates.
Oh,
And I haven't.
Revolution?
No. With Tekken Tag Tournament too, like with the what's his name? Like the friend of Xiao Yu, or the butler of Lily.
Oh shit, you haven't updated since then? That was a long ass time ago.
I know.
With Miharu, Slutty Xiaoyu.
Slutty Xiaoyu. I came in with Slutty Xiaoyu.
Yeah, and it's hot.
Hey everybody, this is TMG Podcast. This is episode 77. It's a Holy Week.
Yay!
I don't know why we're so happy about it. It's just really.
Won't be Holy Week anymore when you're listening
Yeah,
to
it
this.
isn't. Well, for us, because it's April 5. Yes, it's April 5 on a Sunday. This is Carlos, and with me is Migs, or Miggy, either or.
Hola, musta na?
And Will.
Hello.
And it's a podcast about everything video games. How's everybody's Holy Week?
It was cool.
So, I've been relaxing.
I did not move an inch.
I stayed. I caught up with my gaming actually.
Yeah, I caught up.
So that was
Sort of caught up with my gaming as well. I don't know. I really don't like to leave. I don't really want to leave the house when people or have the same idea, especially Holy Week. And it was kind of refreshing though that there was nothing to do. But for that, I just realized, like, I don't know, a couple of hours ago, that I was so not in tune with anything responsible to the point that I had 4 cups of coffee in my room, and I always have my morning coffee. So those were made since Thursday, and I didn't bring it down since.
Oh God.
Yes, I am officially stating that I was a slob in Holy Week.
Is there something growing in your coffee cup?
No, but it's very sticky.
Oh God. I don't want to know.
I'll just say that right
I
now.
don't want to know.
And apparently the last 2 coffees I did not finish, and I was really thinking about sipping it. Because,
Oh God.
I'm not kidding. I literally saw 4 cups of coffee since Thursday. Wait, no, it's Sunday, Saturday, Friday. Yeah, 4. It's since Thursday, since Holy Week started. I think I brought down my Wednesday coffee. But anyway, let's talk about video games. A couple of things mentioned were brought up this week. We have a good list, a big agenda to go through. But anything else, let's just talk about video games first. Miggy, what is going on with your Pokemons?
I played too much of Pokemons, then I realized it, and I had to stop.
Really?
Then I didn't touch it since.
What do you mean you've been playing too much Pokemon?
Not like I played for 5 hours straight when I was supposed to be doing something else.
Was that your Holy Week agenda?
No, that was one day. Actually, I did an alay lakad with friends on Friday.
What's alay lakad?
We walked from from Edsa Shang to Antipolo Church.
You know when you go to different churches?
Oh.
For Holy Week.
We just went to the one church and ate pizza at Shakey's on the way.
I'm not a religion person. I'll just say that.
Yeah, we just did it for funsies, like hanging out with a bunch of
That's
friends
cool.
on the way. And then I regret not bringing my 3DS because the 3DS is a pedometer to count steps.
Why did you regret that?
Because like it gives you in-game coins or whatever to spend on
your Pokemons.
on the Pokemons, on the fucking street pass.
So this game counts the number of steps you take on the game and also when you're actually walking.
No, the 3DS itself has the pedometer.
No, I know,
And then
but
yeah, no, it'll give you various rewards depending on the games, and also the built-in me nonsense.
Wow.
So that's there.
I did not know. I don't know. I don't know anything about 3DS to be honest. There's a lot of cool features that I still have to bother to
Well, now that the new 3DS is there, you have
more stuff to pay attention to.
Granted, some games are actually only playable on the new 3DS. So
It's it's like to this date, it's only just Xenoblade. That's the only game that will run only on the new 3DS.
there you go.
Aside from that, I'm actually getting tired of Pokemon Shuffle, the Match 3 Pokemon game.
Oh, it finally.
I actually went ahead and downloaded it off your suggestion, and it is pretty fun actually.
Yeah, but you hit that wall when you just can't catch the Pokemon.
Yeah,
The
right. I get
percentages
you.
are so low, and then if you don't get lucky with your matches, it's hard to beat any of the later Pokemons. But I still play it from time to time because what else will I do when I'm like out?
I really have to find a game that I can play either for my tablet
The
or
Go.
on the go. I still can't find it because if like my net's messing up and then I'm like in an event and then I can't play my Hearthstone because that's my to go place, my to go game if ever. And I need online. but I,
Right.
but I still haven't found that game where it's like, oh, I want to play this because I have time to kill. I haven't found it. I haven't.
I
Found it.
usually just put like a TV show on my phone
No, but
and
oh,
then
well.
play 24/8 after.
I'm looking for that like 2 minute or 3 minute burst.
There's one out there, man.
And I do not want it to revolve around candy, so or anything in that extent,
fruit.
There's
Fruit.
the
or
one
like,
about the jewels.
or jewels, or anything shiny, or anything in that I don't know, whatever.
anything that doesn't involve you matching 3 of fruit
Yeah,
or candy
Yeah.
or anything.
I really can't get around to doing it. Even I don't know, like Clash of Clans, I can't get to it. That's also online, so that's out of the picture.
Yeah, I don't like the Clash of Clans
Yeah.
ones. I tried to look for like a puzzle game. Like it's technically match 3, but have you heard about the game Meteos? It came out
Yeah,
on the
That sounds
original
familiar.
DS.
That
It's the
sounds
one
like
where you match like 3 same colored blocks like vertically, and then they launch up into the sky, and that's how you earn points. And like the more you match, the faster the boost will go. And like if it catches blocks on the way, it'll shoot it up.
This is free?
No, it came out on the original
Oh,
DS.
sorry.
like,
I thought it was
20
on the
years
tablet.
ago.
Okay.
And I tried to look for a modern replacement for that, and there isn't any, which bums me out super hard. And
someone will come along eventually to fix that.
hopefully, because I can't play it on my old DS anymore because my touchscreen is messed up on that.
Oh, I see.
Wait, so going back to your Pokemon though, like, how's
I
that?
beat the second gym.
The second one.
Yeah, because like I was just goofing around doing all the other stuff. Because there's actually like you go through maybe three towns before you get to the second gym.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to explore, and like on the way, I just became like 20 levels stronger than the gym.
Oh, you're completely
Stand a
you're completely
chance.
overshotting it already at this point.
Yeah, and did I say this on the last week's episode? Maybe not. You know how the badges give you like the ability to control higher level Pokemon?
They do?
Yeah, because like
Yeah,
if
they
you-
do.
like the first badge will say you can control Pokemon up to level 30, and like in older games, it's how they sort of balance the game, so you're not super overpowered.
Okay.
Or like if you get traded a really strong Pokemon, if you don't have the proper badge to use it, like it can mess your game up.
Yeah.
Like your Pokemon will say it's loafing around and it's not listening to you. But since the new game has the Pokemon Ami, which can make your Pokemon like affectionate towards you, it sort of defeats the purpose of that. So like my Pokemon are near level 50 and they've never like defied me once.
That's the only drawback, like defiance, but it's not really working. That's so
It's
weird.
not even working because they love me too
Oh
much.
god, they love you too much. Okay.
Oh man. So I don't know. I
Isn't
hope-
that destroying the fun of it now? Or overshotting like these specific?
Yeah, but like if coming off older games, like this new game is really easy to jump into.
For like,
Not that it's a bad thing, but it's just
yeah, that's actually a question. Like for those who did not play any Pokemon at all, like for some reason, like their childhood's that sad,
Or like the kids who were just
or
born.
the kids were just not
this
born.
generation.
X, I guess. Oh, because my nephews, for example, they're dumping in or they're jumping in Pokemon for the first time with X, and I guess they like it.
That's what Game Freak and Nintendo says. Like each generation of Pokemon is meant for a new generation of kids. Like that's how they make them. Dao.
Looks the same to me. Well, aside
Yeah, but like there's just something about this new one that's more fun.
3D-ish.
No, I think even if it was.
The frame drops are terrible.
Oh.
It's weird too. Like I mentioned last week that the 3D only applies on like battle and some of the menus. I've noticed that when you're in caves, it becomes 3D, but nowhere else on the map on the
They
field.
had budget cuts at some point, I'm sure.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
There was that one cave though where it shifts into a third-person view.
Really? What cave is that? I'm trying to remember which cave this is.
The one where you encounter the Team Rocket of the series for the first time. It's after the first part where you have to like ride on a Rhyhorn to get through like a rocky
Ooh,
mountain
you get to ride a
Oh, yeah,
Rhyhorn.
okay.
The
You do.
actual rhino-ish kind of Pokemon. Okay.
In fact, when you start, apparently your mother is like an ex
Yeah,
Rhyhorn riding
she's like
champion.
a-
or something.
yeah.
Oh, your mother has background. I remember the moms never have backgrounds.
Well, in Pokemon like Omega Ruby, your dad was a gym leader.
Oh.
He was like the fourth gym leader, so I guess it started there. The interesting parents part of the Pokemon universe.
Dad, I will fight you. Okay, son.
I'm gonna kick your ass, Dad.
Will, what about you? I heard you played a really interesting game
Yes, I played Ori and the Blind
nice.
Forest.
for Xbox One and PC.
Yes, I played the Steam version and I played it to completion.
And
Shut up.
wasn't that the? I don't know. For me, that was the one game out of the Microsoft, I think, E3 conference last year that really like, wow, that's a good game to play. And it was just like a downloadable game or an indie game.
Well, it's 6 to 8 hours of gameplay. It's an indie game, obviously, in that
That's
length.
not a bad mix, yeah.
But the visual style is amazing. The music is really good. It's a platformer basically. I don't want to really. You basically play Ori, which is that little kind of cat creature.
Yeah.
And you're jumping around, looking around the forest to like restore it to life. Basically, that's
Restore what? You're supposed to help your friend, right? Like that's when.
Well, it's sort of what happens is like your friend sort of falls into this weird coma, and then you're looking for something to help them, and it turns out you have to restore the forest to do it. So you're off restoring the forest, and it just involves going to certain places, getting this object, bringing it to this door, things like that. Saying more than that would spoil the story at this point, I think, because there is other elements thrown in, like the primary villain, and then you kind of learn what her reasoning is for what she does. And so
How's the presentation of the story though? I assume this game is a game where there's not much talking.
Like there's no dialogue.
No, there is some dialogue, but very little. Like you have this little fairy companion that sort of tells you.
There's always a fairy
Oh,
companion.
that's the one that does all the talking.
Yeah, and then
It's
now and
basically
then,
Navi.
there's a narrator voice that speaks over as you enter new areas, and so it's sort of like he's like reading a storybook. Like, oh, then Ori went here, and then he did this. So there's a narrator voice doing that, and then your little fairy companion sort of telling you, oh, hey, like if you get this item, you can do this, stuff like that. So there's that. That's basically how the story moves along, and then there's cutscenes as well, which also helps quite a bit.
I heard it looks gorgeous for.
It's absolutely a gorgeous looking game, and it plays.
Like it's
perfectly
graphics porn apparently to some people.
Yeah, because apparently, like, there are no reused assets in the stage design. Like every section is hand drawn.
Oh, I didn't notice
Whoa,
that.
hand
Yeah,
drawn. That's actually a lot of work.
The backgrounds
Right.
are quite varied. Like there's the forest, which is obviously lush and green, and then there's sort of like an autumn area where things are more brown. Then there's like an underground cave area. There's like a volcano area. There's a snow area. So it's pretty varied, and it all looks really fantastic.
Mm.
This is one of those games that would look amazing on a big screen TV at 60 frames. And
Does the game run at 60?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, how's performance wise? Like,
Whoa.
on my PC it runs at 60 solid 60 FPS. No problems whatsoever.
1080p,
Because
60
I heard
FPS.
the platforming is somewhat Meat Boy-esque, and you know
Uh,
how precise Meat
It
Boy
actually
can
looks
get.
pretty fast as well.
well, it's not. It don't need to be as precise as in Super Meat Boy, but like some of it can get kind of crazy. Like, thankfully you can create the save point anywhere.
Yeah,
So
you need like some energy, right, to do
you
that.
need like one energy to create a save point, but you can do it basically anywhere. So before a hard platforming section, you just save right before it,
Mm.
and then you go. And then if you fuck up, it just automatically reloads where you start. But there are
I
like some jumps where you're basically boosting yourself from enemy. Like there's an ability you get which allows you to like
bounce off bullets.
bounce off enemies.
Oh, okay.
So there's parts where you're bouncing off enemies up into this really high point in the sky, and then if you mess up, you'll fall down and there's spikes there or whatever. So yeah, it can get pretty tough, but it's all very doable. I guess it never felt frustrating to
You
me.
didn't get a wall
Like
that couldn't be broken
no,
for a while.
it never felt like, oh, okay, I fucked up here. Like, okay, I have to be more precise here.
Yeah.
It never felt like it was unfairly difficult to me.
I heard it was
I played it with a
the checkpoint. I heard that it can be game breaking, especially depending on where you put it, because a lot of people are stating that they accidentally press on a pit. So whenever they save, they just go down.
You can screw
Yeah,
yourself
and then
over,
they can't.
depending on where you
They're
put
like, there's some people like I'm forced to restart the whole game because every time I restart on the checkpoint, and that's the only checkpoint, I die or whatever. And like,
Well, I've never actually had that occur to me, but there's some parts you cannot make save point. Like, if there is an enemy on screen, it won't let you make a save.
those
An
restrictions.
enemy that has aggroed you,
Yeah.
it won't let you make a save point. It'll not
Also,
let
you can
make-
only use it in safe areas.
Yeah, you cannot use a save point on unstable ground because there are some areas where like the ground will crumble or it's a moving platform. It won't let you do it there either. So it's usually only on solid stable ground that I don't know if that's possible actually. What you
No, that's
mentioned,
what I'm
but
hearing.
I've never
That's what I'm
occurred.
hearing from the comments. Like it's kind of like there's a problem with it. Like they like the feature of the game, but there are people like, I fucked up really bad to the point I have to restart.
Maybe it's only like in really specific,
Yeah.
harder to reach areas.
No, but it's funny that
Like,
the comments were like stating or reporting that it's like it could be a big negative, but the game is so gorgeous and so awesome to go through. I want to go through it
makes up
again.
for it.
I don't mind.
Yeah,
A problem I heard about the game is that when people forget that that's your only method of saving, and they die and end up losing like 30 minutes to an hour of progress.
yes, that's true. That is actually one thing that happened to me often was you're just so engrossed in the game you forget to save, and then you die and then you end up way.
No,
behind
I
the
say that's modern gaming. That's how it is now because we're all
Yeah, because you kind of expect checkpoints,
Yeah.
right? But like here, there's no such thing. You have to save.
Because I don't think the kids nowadays realize that, like, for example, on RPG, like, you forgot to save on a checkpoint and you went through the whole hour, and then, and you die, like, I'm all the way back here.
Yeah, or
Oh.
like quick saving to primary saving.
Yeah. Because nowadays it's
Right.
all handheld, and I guess everybody's getting
Don't
shocked
take
about
your
this.
save, kids. Don't forget.
Always save. Press that F5 if you're playing PC.
I was gonna mention I played it with a controller, and I think that's the best way to play it. Actually,
I guess it was
Imagine
developed
so.
for Xbox One, or like
Yeah.
the first instincts was like on a controller, so I assume so.
It's
well-
being marketed only as an Xbox One game for the most
They
part.
always do that.
but definitely, yeah. If you have a controller, play it with a controller. I played it with a keyboard, and it works. But I think it's way more comfortable and more intuitive when using a controller, a dual stick controller. So
At
Yeah,
least
if
the
you-
option is there for whatever control scheme you have.
yeah, mouse and keyboard actually it's playable. Like I wouldn't say they did an okay job as far as translating the controls over. But yeah, it's definitely meant to be played with a controller. So if you got an Xbox controller, just hook it up to your PC.
Yeah. You finished it already? How was it overall?
I did finish it. I finished it. I think I enjoyed every moment of the game. I totally recommend it.
I definitely want to pick it up.
if-
I really want to pick
Yeah,
it up.
it's
too.
gorgeous. It's not a very long game, and to be honest, there's not a lot of replayability. But it's not. It's one of those experiences that, like, I think it's definitely worth the. And they're not asking too much for it either. Like for the price you're paying, How much is it going now on Steam? Let's double
I
check.
think it's 500 pesos.
$500
I think, am I right?
for a
Yeah.
8 hour. Yeah, $500 for a very pleasant 8 hour, 6 to 8 hour experience. Totally worth it.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of good things. Like you guys, if you guys have not don't have an Xbox One, I think an Xbox One you definitely should own something like this because so far it's all positive with Ori and the Blind Forest. And if you haven't checked the trailers, check it out because it looks really gorgeous. It looks really enticing to play, and everybody loves a platform. And of course, if you want to go with Steam, it's 500 pesos. It's not that heavy as well. It just looks really pretty.
Like
Not
what,
that
12
heavy.
bucks?
Yeah, it's like $12,
Maybe
yeah.
more or less.
Like, you know what it reminded me of, like, as far as because it's so lush in the colors. The colors are so vibrant in this game, so it looks a lot like Shrine in that sense.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a good comparison.
it's-
Yeah.
The color scheme is very Shrine-like.
It's very
very Shrine-like.
bright.
Yeah. And if you the soundtrack is amazing too. Like, if they offered the soundtrack with this, I would probably pick it up because it's very well composed, very pleasant to listen to. Like, so even something I would listen to outside of the game.
I think Ori and the Blind Forest is the only reveal game that I went, aw. Because like, when they revealed it, like someone was dying. That thing. I don't know what the
Yeah,
hell.
that black.
Yeah,
thing
I was like,
actually-
aw, he's gonna die. I want to play this now. I
We
want to
all
save
said that.
him.
They're like, what? He died?
And then all of a sudden, that little thing was doing really crazy shit. Like, whoa, this game.
Yeah, because we thought we were gonna control the big black. Fat
Yeah, that's what I
thing,
was
right?
thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was,
You control the little mouse.
I was wrong.
So yeah, that's Ori and the Blind Forest. I actually don't know why they call it the Blind Forest because it's not like the forest is blind itself. It's
You're blinded to the.
Maybe it's just called
forest.
Blind Forest. I don't know.
Miyazaki movie.
Maybe it's called Blind Forest. Maybe that's what it's called. Apparently, to the humans,
Yeah,
to the
it's called
humies,
Blind Forest.
to the humies in that world. It's called.
It'll hide your true intention or
Yeah.
some nonsense like that.
Carlos, what have you been playing?
What do you think I've been playing? Bloodborne. Damn it! I can't stop playing.
I thought you beat the game already.
Apparently, I can keep playing this game even though it
Oh,
matters.
you're doing the dungeons.
No, I'm not. I am doing the dungeons, the end game content, which is the challenge dungeons, and I finished New Game Plus. I did it again.
Oh, you
Does it
finished
add-
New Game Plus.
I'm
Oh,
level
wow.
110.
Oh, fuck.
I have a question. I read something about getting a true ending. Were you able to?
I don't know what it
achieve
is yet, but there's definitely 3 endings in this game. I got one based on what I think I should do, so I got that, and then I know I know how to get the other 2, but I don't know which one was the true ending. I don't know what that means yet, but yes, there is a true ending, and there's
Okay.
specific conditions on how to get that true ending, specific items that you have to
Right.
consume. So I'm not finishing that. I'm not gonna get the second and third ending yet because I'm just trying to get all the stuff that I want to get on my New Game Plus character, 110. And even though I'm like, 50, 60 hours, call me crazy, it's still a fun game to play. And I think up to this point, I can now consider the Soul series plus Bloodborne the series, my most favorite series, I think, from last generation.
Or this generation as well.
No,
I
well,
mean,
yeah, or this generation. Like, it technically started in the PS3, you know what I mean? And then
Yes.
it
Yeah.
growed up. Like for example, Assassin's Creed or maybe Uncharted. Those series started in that last generation. But as I was playing, and as I was, I think it was 2 days ago, I was like thinking, what's my most favorite franchise in the last generation? It has to be the Soul series. I don't think I've ever hated a single one so far. Like Souls, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne, they're all just fantastic to play. They're just a treat to play. As much as it's the most the punishing kinds of games that would turn off some casual gamers, but for me, it's just a perfect treat for me, and I just love every minute of it. And then Bloodborne's no exception whatsoever. And yeah, I'm actually gonna go for my second character because I want to play PvP now. So I'm making another character just to play around that.
Cool.
that actually begs a question. Is there a like how much of PvE build can you carry over to PvP and vice versa? Like,
People are still testing it out. People are still actually like the community is still trying to agree on a specific level because when you go on PvP, people can only interact with each other with their online feature if they're at least
if they're the same level.
If they're 10 level, if there's a gap of 10 levels. If you're like 11,
Okay.
11 levels higher than a specific player, you can't join in at all.
Like they'll match the max
Ah,
percentage.
Yeah,
okay.
so that's why people are like, should we have the PvP at level 100 or level 110? Some people are saying now level 80, some people are saying 90. There's still a decision. People are there's a divide now of people going to 110 because they think that one specific build's a little bit too overpowered at that level, or some are thinking that it's too low of a level to have actual builds in level 80. They're still deciding, but it looks like it's now building up to be an 80 build so far. And
Oh, it's
Nice.
cool how everyone is banding together to try to make this versus thing a very balanced
that's
experience.
been like that since Demon Souls, because
Yeah, but as opposed to like the normal mentality of like, oh, I'm so strong, I'm just gonna kick this level 10's ass.
yeah, you can't do that anymore, which is really cool. And yeah, I like the fact that the community is very strong here, and it made me realize that this game is very, it only requires a niche crowd to really appreciate or do that, to take that extra mile to like, up, I want to make a PvP build, I'll play the game all over again, whatever, and all that. I don't know. For me, it's a lot of fun, and I am seeing a lot of changes. Apparently, that there's a thing called Insight. I think I mentioned it last week, but I think I'm
Mhm.
level 50 and plus in Insight. There are changes with the bosses. It gets a little. They change up. Their move sets are different. I don't know why. I guess at 50 or something, it gets a little bit tougher. But
Maybe it's your character's perception of the boss.
Insight,
Because like the thing I heard about Insight is, you know how you hear like monster groaning in the
yeah.
background? Like if you increase your insight, those groans start to become like words. Like you can understand the monster.
Actually, it's true. The groans only happened when I was like starting in the game. It disappeared completely once I was like, I don't know, Insight 10 maybe or whatever, Insight 15. You know.
Yeah, and that's very. I find that very
No, yeah,
interesting.
the game changes based
Cool in the
as you
lore
move
perspective.
forward. It changes. It's actually pretty cool. I'm going through it again. It's a lot of fun. But I want to stay though with this. I'm not gonna stay on it too long. So I already talked about Bloodborne, and probably I might talk more about it next week. I'm so sorry. But if anybody is planning to join or jump into the Soul series, I highly recommend you don't do Bloodborne at all. Like
Oh, where would you start then? What would be
Dark
your
Souls 2.
recommendation? Dark Souls 2.
I was playing with it a couple of days ago, and it's more fun in Dark Souls 2 because the first few bosses are not as punishing or requires you to do a lot of like practicing with the dodging or was that because Bloodborne you need to learn the movesets, you need to dodge or you need to parry. Whereas like I mentioned last week, there's a lot of ways to defend yourself or there's a lot of ways to cheese the boss because there's magic in Dark Souls 2. Like you can just throw a fireball.
And yeah,
all day.
most of the bosses in Dark Souls 2 are like giant hulking
That
monsters
too.
who have similar attacks.
So is it going back to the whole shield thing? Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's,
I'd say that.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's a lot more content as well. It's actually an easier thing to welcome because like there was that expansion or that new version of Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, there's that too. The Scholar of the First
Yeah, that's
Sin
out already.
that has everything.
That has everything.
that's coming out.
It's
very
out now
soon,
on PC
yeah.
right now. If anyone wants to pick it up, it's only 1795 with a really really weird business plan.
Direct
Yeah, Direct 9, Direct
11.
11.
Which we talked about
Yeah,
last
which we talked
week,
about
I
last
think.
week. But if anybody's like hasn't picked up or hasn't played any of the Souls games and has that impression that's really hard, I really suggest you go to Dark Souls 2 and then work your way either up or down from there. Up meaning go Bloodborne or down meaning go to Dark Souls 1 and then Demon Souls.
Or do both.
Or do both.
Do them all.
Because Bloodborne, it has a huge, it gives a huge twist. And the one thing I noticed also, do you know the whole invading thing in Souls? It's very
Yeah.
restricted here now because there's a thing called a bell keeper that rings a bell, and that's the only time when PvP or invaders can join in. If the girls ring the bell, and that girl only shows up if you ask help from like ask for co-op help.
So you
Oh, so
basically
that's what that
will
was.
you basically will not get invaded until
Yeah.
you ask
If
for
you
help.
play it without doing the bells or without asking for like co-op help, you can just play the game without that. But there are some stages where the bell keeper's already there, it's like ringing. You can stop that by just killing her. So that eliminates the whole invading, like that unknown invading element already in Bloodborne, which I think is a big negative. That's why that's another thing where I want you guys to, the new players, to play Dark Souls 2 first, because one of the cool features about the Souls games is that unknown element, which is like some invader that just wants to be a dick. Like, oh my god, I'm trying to go through this boss and all of a sudden there's some dick roaming around trying to kill me. That's awesome tension, and you'll actually appreciate that. I actually want the new players to try that out first. Aside from that, um, I am having a lot of fun with it still, and I'm going with my third character. Apparently, there's a lot of hate towards it because I don't know why there's a lot of hate towards it because I don't know if it's because it's a PS4 game. I'm still trying to figure that out because it didn't get Dark Souls 2 didn't get the same reaction because people are saying that people are talking too much about Dark Bloodborne, but I don't know. We'll figure that out. I think it's just the comments being the comment board or whatever.
Or that sounds like fanboyism.
I think
already
it's
to me,
because
you know?
it's a PS4 title only. Because I really didn't
Eh,
hear it at Dark Souls 2. Because Dark Souls 2 is the only platform. That's another reason why I want people to play Dark Souls 2.
because
It's
it's
out
out
on
on
everything.
everything except the
Yep,
Wii U.
except the Wii U. So it's very welcoming
Thanks.
for those that maybe have a PS3, an Xbox 360, or a PC, whichever,
Oh yeah, because the new version is coming out
on
on
everything as
everything
well. That's why I highly
except the
recommend
Wii
that
U.
version as well,
Except the Wii U.
except the Wii U. We would also like you guys. We would also know. Well, for me, I want to know for those who played Bloodborne, what you guys think, because I think it's a real unfair assessment that I'm actually a huge fan of the series. Like I'm sure someone has played the game but doesn't like the Souls series or hasn't played it. We want to know what you guys think about that specific PS4 exclusive title.
Or actually, if you've never played another Souls game before Bloodborne, like,
Yeah,
what was your experience
because
like?
I think mine's honestly I do like the game. But it's coming from like a big fan. But someone else. I think
Like you want to know what the
yeah,
newcomer thinks.
that'll be a better insight regarding that specific game. Because I already know coming in like I'm gonna like this game, and I did.
Like I barely played the game, but it feels great and it looks super cool.
Yeah, but the frame rate's horrible. But anyway,
They're gonna
You
patch
can't.
that in though, I
huh?
heard.
Did not help.
Ooh,
Are they?
they're gonna
It
fix
did
it.
not help. It just took away a fucking glitch or a dupe exploit.
Oh, the game breaking one where a key doesn't
Yeah,
show
and
up or
and
something.
the way to dupe items, I think that's already gone. All right, let's go with the news bit. The agenda for this episode 77. Let's go. What do you guys want to start with? Let's go start with Xbox One. A pretty bad news for Xbox One owners, actually. Well, not really. Quantum Break has been officially delayed to 2016.
Delayed
Another one.
uh,
Who saw that?
another year to
Who,
wait.
who saw?
It's not delayed. It's stuck in time.
Who saw that coming?
It's stuck in the quantum.
Who saw that
break.
coming?
Interstellar saw it.
And why is it being delayed? Did they say? Because they didn't feel this year was the right release.
We
window,
thank
I guess?
here's what they said. Like they're thanking their fans for their patience, even though they've just announced it. And we want them to know that the team takes this opportunity to take this opportunity for the delay to polish and refine the game to create an entertainment experience out of the ordinary. Okay, whatever that means.
Sounds like a bunch of PR
It
nonsense.
is PR nonsense. It's coming from PR. It's coming from PR. But yeah, it's delayed. Apparently, this is like the third delay for Quantum Break, an Xbox One exclusive. Which apparently this game's tied into a TV series, which we don't know if it's actually going to happen, or if it might.
Oh, the delay might be because of the TV show. They just don't want to say
that
it.
might be it, and that spells for me a lot of potential problems when you're tied to another media franchise, especially something like a TV show. And we know how like that sort of Hollywood works, right? Or television syndication.
That's never going to work, right? Like the games and TV shows, like going like the last time.
Well,
What?
they tried that with
Good.
Defiance, and I think
Yeah.
Defiance is still going, but I don't know.
There's no more connection because Defiance is being a
I
good
don't
show
think the
already.
connection is at all.
But the
Yeah.
game is not following anything anymore. I think, at least I think.
No, but like it could still work. It's just super difficult to pull off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like Quantum Break, which is like a single-player experience all in all. So either you just make it look like an episode of the show, or I don't know how they're going to tie it in at all. So
No, but it looks like it's going to be only Halo for this year then, if ever, because or anything. Well, there's no other exclusive. Ori and the Blind Forest is already out. I'm not too sure what is up there for Xbox One. Assuming like we'll have to see because E3 is around the corner at this point.
yeah. But speaking of Halo, we did also get.
Oh yeah, speaking of Halo,
We did get a release.
let's
date for that and a new
let's
trailer.
squash this horrible news with good news. Well, yeah, I guess so. Because we have a release date now for that
Halo
game
5.
called Halo. That game called Halo
Yep.
5 Guardians. And that's October 27.
The day before my birthday.
Oh, it's your
Yay!
birthday, October 26th.
Ooh.
28.
Oh, sorry.
28.
We need to dig up that episode when it was Will's birthday.
We had an episode that was Will's birthday?
You had an
Yeah, we
episode
did.
on
Oh,
my
yeah.
birthday.
Oh, yeah, I remember saying happy birthday. Yeah. But yeah, it's coming, near. It's really close to Will's birthday. Are you going to get it, Will?
Yes. I mean, well, assuming I have an Xbox One. But
Knowing
yeah.
you.
No, he's just gonna
Yeah.
get the game.
You're gonna have a collector's edition of Halo 5. You're gonna have that Master Chief's head or maybe Cortana's head, depending on the collector's edition.
I don't know if I'll get a collector's. I'm done with like bullshit collector's editions.
Oh really?
Like I don't need stat. That was like my mid 2000 phase. Like, I'm not done.
But Halo 5 Guardians, I do not know what to expect with Halo 5 'cause I'm not paying attention to it whatsoever, honestly.
Well, I always liked Halo, so I mean, like for me,
Yeah, same.
And I liked Halo. I liked Halo 4.
Yeah.
And so this is the continuation of that. So this is the first real next gen Halo
Yep.
as well. So that's going to set the precedent, I think, moving forward.
And I don't know, but I don't.
Yeah.
As much as like people are saying that Halo is really like done too many times, it's gonna sell like hotcakes
Well,
when it comes out.
It will, but I do think that's a point that Halo needs to evolve. No pun intended. But it hasn't really evolved since Halo 2, at all.
Yeah, but if history,
That's okay.
if you check out the most high grossing games like Call of Duty, they're not really they're not really good in the innovations department. So
No, exactly. You're right. But like
Assassin's
at
Creed.
that region, but then you're also starting to see those games slowing down.
Yep,
as well, so.
there's some fatigue going on over there. But yeah, I think the only kind of news bits is like Halo 5 Guardians is with the new multiplayer. I think that's what they're focusing on because that's really the reason why people buy it most of the time. At this point, before it was pretty much the campaign, but then all of a sudden they just blew up. Oh my god, the multiplayer is actually fun. It's actually pretty awesome. Halo 2, Halo 3, yada yada yada.
And it was actually one of the first FPS games to be really done right on console. Like the control scheme was perfect on
It
console.
paved the way for a console FPS game.
And it feels so satisfying when you stick your grenade on some fucking alien. Seriously, I mean,
It
like,
does.
oh god, something's gonna blow up, bam, and it's just, all fun in games. I don't know what's gonna happen. I know there's a new character in Halo 5. That's all I know in terms of the campaign. It's, well, based on the poster. I'm not really paying attention. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Yeah, but Halo is like not really your place to go for super memorable characters.
Cortana's one of those
Basically
memorable.
just Cortana and
Yeah,
Master
they're pretty
Chief.
memorable. They're not the most well-written characters for sure, but gamers and non-gamers know Halo, and they know. I guess they know Master Chief, at least Master Chief, at least. And let's move on. On the agenda this week, we have also not very bad news. Actually, I didn't even think this was still alive. Sorry. OnLive is now officially shutting down, and
Guess they're not
not
alive
anymore. They're
And
on.
that was like I remember they were touting that as the future of console.
No, but
gaming.
the thing is, I thought they were offline like years ago. I didn't know they were still around.
Well, to be fair, it's only like they only work in America, like right, North America.
Yeah,
Nowhere else.
but they were so quiet. I didn't think they would survive that long. So it's for those who don't know OnLive, it's this cloud gaming company which is pretty much similar to PlayStation Now. If you guys know what PlayStation Now is, pretty much the ability to play video games via streaming. You don't have to download it. You don't have to buy it. You can just have to subscribe. And then you can pick a game, and then and then you just stream it.
You subscribe and you have an access to their vast library of games.
That's I think can I say OnLive is the first one to do this? Was there someone before them?
I don't think so. It was the
one of
first.
bigger ones.
Like, I wasn't the Sony one in Japan the first, the Gaikai service.
No, Gaikai became PlayStation Now.
It did, right? But before that, it was just Gaikai.
No, but was Gaikai doing for video games or for like movies or like I don't know what Gaikai was doing specifically.
Well, I don't know.
Unless we fact check, we're not really sure, but it's one of the first.
Yeah, it's one of the first, and I think we can't say that because now the PlayStation, Sony rather, has now PlayStation Now, which does the same deal. We don't know how well it's doing in PlayStation Now. Like it's already out, it's already available. You can check it out if you want. We highly recommend you don't try it, like if you're in the Philippines, because at minimum you need 10 M. We can't because PLDT is PLDT.
PLDT.
I think the minimum for PlayStation Now is 10 Mbps because you're required to live stream or not live stream, stream the game. And again, PLDT. Again, the internet in our
Yeah, you're required to stream the feed of your video game, and then your inputs will have to be uploaded. So just imagine that.
lag, input
Our
lag, and all
internet.
that.
Well, what do you think happened with Onlive? Like as far as like success went, because
I don't think they had support, to be honest.
No, I think that's true. They didn't have a library of games, and I don't know how it was managed, but I'm pretty sure it was mismanaged as well because from the very beginning it sounded like something a suit came up with. You know, he saw this technology and said, "Yeah, that's the future." And
But didn't put enough money behind
he
it.
didn't really understand the market he was getting into, I guess. I mean, that's just my opinion,
Yeah.
but I feel it was a mixture of just a lack of support and some mishandlings at some points. Also, a lack of demand. Like, no one
No,
bought
there's
it
no,
as far as I
there's no
know.
marketing. Because I literally thought online was dead already, and then I heard this and like, oh, it wasn't, and now it is. That's just funny.
I think it was like the lack of support for their servers, which probably led to their market diminishing even more.
Right. But
That's probably-
now all their assets have been bought up by
Yeah,
Sony,
they were
so-
saying that no, they announced this, and then Sony is now acquiring important parts of OnLive, quote unquote. I don't know what that means yet, but according to an announcement, so Sony is like gonna be at this point, since now OnLive is technically out of the picture. I guess Sony is now spearheading this kind of feature for gamers, where like live streaming streaming games. We still don't know if it's gonna be effective though. We still don't know how people will react towards this kind of service, but it looks like Sony's going to be that kind of. They're doing it now. They're going to be the ones doing it. The OnLive game service will come to an end officially on April 30. After that date, all accounts will be closed and all user data will be deleted. That's what the company said. So,
wow.
for the subscription fees, will not be charged anymore for the game service, and then they'll have refunds, yada yada yada. So it's officially done.
At least it'll go to the next form of
Yeah,
this
at least
type of thing.
I don't know what the important parts mean. Well,
Probably servers,
probably.
or like it'll be easier for
or
them
maybe
to
game
connect
libraries
everything.
like licenses or whatever for specific games.
Probably.
Yeah. Goodbye OnLive.
We still can't
We
use
still
it.
can't
though.
use it.
No, good. I mean, goodbye. Like, I don't think it'll be missed.
I really don't
really.
think. Again, I thought it was dead already to begin with.
There you go. Let's move on to something that's coming out from Nintendo.
Hi Nintendo.
Hello, Nintendo. Actually, a lot of stuff coming out with their latest
Yeah, Nintendo Direct.
So
Oh
quite a few things to
my god,
cover.
there's only one thing that got me super excited. But yeah.
Ballsy of them to put a Nintendo Direct on April 1st.
Oh yeah, it's true.
It's,
People
yeah,
don't
that is
believe
true.
anything on the internet.
Oh, April Fools. But what do we have here in Nintendo Direct? I think it's not in order. I didn't really quite read it, but I was checking out the notes. They got a trailer for Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem crossover.
I know
Right.
Is that the name?
That looks
I mean, is
Shin Megami Tensei
it's
Cross
X
Fire
Okay.
Emblem.
Yeah.
because you know how Wii U has not their names yet? Like, it's their thing.
You got a autumn release window for the new Yoshi's Woolly World and the new amiibo that will go with that
It looks
game.
amazing.
Which looks super
It looks-
adorable.
The new amiibo is actually, yeah, it's
It's like
actually,
Yoshi made of
It's
yarn.
a Yoshi made of yarn. I am so like, I want to get it. I don't know why. I hate that.
That is so
I hate that
perfect.
dinosaur so
Yeah, I hate
much.
that dinosaur
But I
too.
want the pink one. I don't know why. No, I want the blue one. No, I want one of them.
Not all of them.
Yeah, it's coming out in 3 colors. Like you got the base green, you got the pink, and then
The
the
light, the
blue.
light blue, I think, is calling to me.
Just get them all,
Fuck
man.
you. Damn it, no. Yoshi but yeah, okay, Yoshi. And the next up in Nintendo Direct, we also have Mario Kart 8. They're getting more support by the Nintendos. They're getting a new 200cc mode in the future update. And
Right, and another DLC pack which will have Animal Crossing characters or
Yeah, which
content
come
in
on-
it. I don't know if it'll have characters. I think it'll have characters though. And I think it
They
will
have
have
skins
characters,
already.
right? They'll have the
The
villagers.
Zelda skins already out, right? Obviously, that's like the first kind of DLC.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
out for a while.
Well, the DLC pack too with Animal Crossing will come out in April 23 for $8 for those still wanting more content for your Mario Karts. That's coming out. Another thing, what?
But I think it's worth it. You know, like this is good. This is a good example of good DLC.
Yeah, they're
Because
still
you're getting
supporting the game.
you're getting
It's just-
brand new content as far as characters goes, and carts and tracks. So for me, that's an example. For $8, that's a good deal.
You know what?
In my-
That was yesterday. Sorry, yesterday I went to a thing called Playbook. Yeah, it's near my house, and it's a
the South.
yeah, it's a gaming rental
Wii U
place where you can play
shop.
PS4, PS3, Xbox One, Wii U, whatever. And I was there because I was playing casuals with Street Fighter 4, with the Street Fighter 4 community. When I was playing there, I noticed 3 stations. Like, no, actually, like I think 80% of their stations have a Wii U, and 3 of them are being used for the Wii U. There are kids playing Wii U's there. We have 2 on Mario Kart and 1 on Smash Brothers. And
Yeah, that's where the Smash Brothers community in the South
yeah,
gather up.
no, what's really
and
cool is the Mario Kart 8. There's like 4 players per station. They're just racing. They're just playing around. One's racing, one's just trying to kill each other. It was actually, and then they were so noisy compared to us because us were just all quiet, hitting our sticks and then being serious and all that. No, and there's all screaming in the background because it's Mario Kart 8. They're having fun. It's pretty awesome. And then and the other group was Korean, so I couldn't understand what was going on. You know, that's what happened. All right, moving on. Fire Emblem game. There's no title for this one. There's a new trailer for it.
Not
Again.
yet, but it's for the new Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
coming out.
but it's just for
so
Japan,
another
though.
Fire Emblem game.
Or is it?
For now, but like
No, but-
the last Fire
Yeah.
Emblem did pretty well in the West, so I'm pretty sure they're going to bring it over at some point.
Yeah. The previous, what was that? Fire Emblem Awakening
Yeah.
did really good, so I'm sure they're gonna bring the next
the-
one here.
The family
in North
RPG.
America.
You have kids like surpassing you.
Yep.
Um,
And we saw the Attack on Titan game actually.
Capcom one.
Which will be available on the 3DS eShop.
wait, is that really blowing up to a point? Because we have a movie for Attack on Titan, we have a game for Attack on Titan.
Oh, it's amazingly popular
There's
right
a
now.
spot of it in Universal Studios.
That's why
Japan.
that too. Like, do we want to see mutilation and like horrible, like a really depressing
Some-
story?
Enough people do, I guess.
Because I did like the anime, but my god. But okay, fine. Moving on. It's just really, really weird.
So if you're a fan of that, check out the trailer for that
Yep.
came out. New trailer for Splatoon, which was revealed.
Which
at
is a new,
E3.
it's a new franchise, I guess. Like, can I consider it a franchise?
New
Yeah,
franchise,
new IP.
new IP with 2 new amiibos to go with it: Inkling Girl and Boy.
And Squid. Sorry.
Is there a Squid
It
amiibo?
revealed Inkling Girl,
Oh,
Inkling
Inkling
Boy,
Squid as
and
well, yeah.
Inkling Squid. They have no names. They don't have names.
No, because it's like an
I know,
avatar
I
that
just-
you can customize.
I don't know. Nintendo always has like no names. It's funny.
Right. And then we had another trailer for Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, which is the remake of
Or
Xenoblade. Yeah, the port basically to the 3DS from the.
Doesn't
Wii
look
title.
that good. I saw it before. And it looks...
yeah, it looks poopier compared to the Wii.
No, because
version.
like if it's the port to the the Wii U version to the 3DS, right?
no, the
Yes.
Wii
The Wii version.
to
Sorry,
3DS.
sorry. Oh, it looks kind of poopy. But yeah,
Yeah, it's poopier than the Wii
it
version.
seems pretty poopy. But it's pretty.
But that's a big game, to be fair. It's a huge RPG.
But overall,
Right.
though, this Nintendo Direct is pretty much just announcing and showing much more meat of upcoming games.
Oh, and wait, one more thing also that they announced that DS and Nintendo 64 games are now going to be available on the virtual
Oh, that's the
console.
biggest one. That's the biggest one
Cool.
out of that Nintendo Direct. Yeah.
So wow, that's a pretty big library. A lot of
Huge.
yeah. There's some non-Nintendo Direct news we got too. We got a new character for Smash
Oh,
Brothers.
the one character that was supposed to be DLC character.
Lucas,
Oh no, sorry,
yeah.
Lucas. Sorry. And wait, who's Lucas?
He was in Brawl. He was the blonde Ness.
He was the other the other
Other Ness.
mother character. Yeah.
From Mother.
Oh,
3.
okay. And then we also have like amiibos coming in for this group, right? Or no? Or is that more?
Probably, yeah. I'm pretty sure there'll be amiibos for those guys.
We also got the new trailer for costumes for your Mii characters.
Wait, what happened to Mewtwo?
He's
He's
still
coming out.
he's coming out.
this month.
Oh no,
I
yeah,
think.
here it is. Yeah, this was in my notes. Coming out on April 28th for $4
Mhm.
for one. Oh,
Yep.
or $5 for both. Okay, yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, $4 for one version. Either for the Wii U or the 3DS, or $5 for both. So, yeah.
That's a good deal.
But if you have both versions, you get the damn Pokemon for free on April 15th.
Yeah, that was their Club
Yep,
Nintendo thing.
It's gone already, right? So.
Not yet. Like the last I heard is they stopped giving you the ability to redeem coins, but the shop, the thing is still there, so you can still use your existing coins.
Yeah, you just can't get new coins in there. But
You just can't
speaking
get new.
of all these like amiibos coming out, like it's something I kind of wanted to bring up because there's been a bit of controversy lately in terms of Nintendo's supply chain in that sense that they're intentionally keeping things on a very limited basis. What came out was basically that the two amiibos for Smash Brothers, the Greninja amiibo and the Jigglypuff amiibo, were store exclusives, and they sold out like within hours. And Nintendo was basically just like, well, that's too bad. That's it.
They're keeping it exclusive.
And I guess
They're just keeping it really rare. So.
Yeah, but people are saying like it's so rare to the point that like majority of the people aren't able to get them, and they're arguing that even if you increase the supply, they would still be considered rare.
Yeah, because not everyone has that shop. Like
Wait, I
around
don't
the
get
world.
this. Why is the amiibo getting this kind of attention, whereas Skylanders or Disney Infinity doesn't seem to have a slight of a problem? Well, based on what I know.
That's Nintendo.
That's why I think it is a Nintendo thing, but I also I'm curious to see like because we've heard Miggy's stories of his amiibo hunting.
No, is it because? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, but I want to ask like our listeners, like if you guys are collecting amiibos, like what has your experience been like? Because I don't collect them.
I don't.
Carlos collect them.
Don't fall down that rabbit hole. Not fun.
No, is it appealing to you guys as well for the listeners? I really don't understand why. Maybe because the fan base for the amiibos are more older, because we're all nostalgic, because we know Link, we're older now, we have money, we can buy it or whatever, or we have collectors for that. Whereas in Skylanders, the kids who play Skylanders and want the toys have to go through the parents first or something like that. I don't understand.
Yeah, because for me, I think because Skylanders, there's no appeal outside of Skylanders. Like you don't.
And there's no background to it as well. They're still building it.
Unless you play Skylanders. But like stuff like Mario, you know these guys from other games.
Yeah, and like
so there's that appeal there.
It scratched that itch of like us never getting proper figures of these old characters back when we were kids.
Okay.
I think.
And of course, every collector that just wants to be a collector.
Yeah, the collector mentality. Like, I need to have
and then they're all old and
like,
rich, and there's nothing to do with their money.
If you guys have like amiibo hunting stories or collecting stories, or like I want to know why you guys collect or what your experience has been trying to get the amiibos that you want, because it's just I feel like Nintendo's losing potentially a lot of money here by keeping the supply.
If they're really can we say that they're intentionally doing it, or they're just like, oops, it's gone already?
I don't think so. I think they still don't know how to make toys, so they're not.
No, but isn't Nintendo a toy store
like
first or a toy place?
No, they used to make board games and card
I
games.
thought that was toys. Okay.
Yeah, but if anything has shown us, Nintendo is one of those companies that sort of learns as it goes.
Yeah.
You know, like they release stuff and it fails, and they learn from that and they move on, right? But like in this case, like do you think? I think they'll learn also. But like let us know what your amiibo hunting experience.
No, and then there's
been
still
like.
more coming out. Apparently, they're not stopping. They'll have more waves of shit.
Yeah, they're not done yet with the Smash Brothers ones. And just think about it this way: they're still trying to make up for the Wave 1, like demand.
Yeah.
Like they're still gonna reissue Marth from the first wave. So they might I'm guessing that they just didn't make enough again.
But that's Amiibo. Yeah. That's the update with those, or rather Nintendo in general. I didn't know they had a direct until I don't know, yesterday. I thought the direct was done last week because of the whole Zelda one. Apparently they had another one. Um, but yeah, let's move on.
Sorry. Like one more thing that from Nintendo that came out that was really nice. Fatal Frame has been
Oh
Oh
yeah,
ported
yes,
to
sorry,
the
yeah.
Western
Fatal
states,
Frame
North
is
American
officially
release,
announced
baby.
for North America.
which is fantastic
Finally.
because this is the first Fatal Frame in how many years? Because they skipped out on the Wii version in the West for
They
whatever
announced
dumb
it. They didn't
reason.
get a date, or did they get? Did they give like a year?
No, they didn't give you a date, but they said it's coming
It's
to
coming.
the West.
Okay, that's good
So
enough. That's
that's
good
Good
enough.
great.
enough. It's better than
Yeah,
nothing.
it's
Well, there, Fatal Frame for the Wii U. More Wii U games is always good. I'll say that right now. It's
no,
always good.
exactly.
Moving on the list on our agenda, Titan Souls. It was a very short mention because Miggy was brought it up before the cast. I remember this. I remember this game specifically. And Migs, what's the best way you can describe this?
It's a 8-bit Dark Souls
Which which it's
with
like
Shadow of the Colossus.
it just it's calling to me. It's just calling to me. I want to try it out. It's amazing. Supposed to be that kind of game.
Yeah, because think of it this way: like it's all big boss
Mhm.
fights, like Shadow of the Colossus, but like the twist is you only have a bow and one arrow, and you die in one hit. So you have to shoot your arrow, hit the boss, pick it up, do it again, and not die.
That's
It
That
sounds
sounds
amazing.
amazing. Well, to me, it sounds amazing. It looks amazing. It
too.
looks pretty trippy. I saw the trailer. We'll put the link below. It's coming out on April 14.
Yeah, and there's a demo out
Yeah,
now
there's a
on
demo out on
Steam.
Steam. I think it's only come out on Steam so far. I'm not too sure. No, it's also coming out on the PS4, I think. I'll have to double check on that.
Yeah, I sort of
Yeah.
remember something like that.
So,
But it's coming out on Steam
yeah.
first.
No, okay, I think it's PS4 and also the PS Vita. We'll have to double check on that.
Oh,
But
cool.
do check out Titan
Need it
Souls.
before-
If you guys like the Soul series or something very challenging, you might have a trip out with this. It's with the trailer. And I didn't realize you only have one bow or one arrow, sorry. And that already calls that's calling to me already. That's already calling to me. Alright, moving on. Everybody knows who Josie Rizal is, right? At this point.
Yes.
Oh wait! Before we get to
What?
there's a bit of local news that we missed out.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Some nonsense.
some visa nonsense with DotA.
Oh! Okay.
But before we get to Josie Rizal, because I mean that's I want to talk more about her also. Um, so apparently the Dota 2 Asian Championships are on again, and we have a local team, Team Rave, who has had to withdraw from the competition
Several competitions actually.
because some of their members were unable to secure visas.
No, no way to
some
say
of
it
them,
is like
and-
we stopped our team or our players to compete in a sense.
right.
Weirdly enough.
Is it a Philippine immigration issue, or is it an issue with the U.S. not recognizing
No.
them as athletes?
They're for one,
Or maybe the players just didn't,
okay, based on the news, based on what
get
I
their
know,
visas properly.
they're not going to the US to compete yet. They're supposed to go there. They were supposed to go to Korea to train there. That's where they're heading out first. They were heading to Korea. They went through the whole immigration process. They got the necessary papers. They got the stamps. When they got into the plane, they sat down. Immigrations went into the plane and asked them to disembark from the plane, and they required them to specific documents. You're lacking documents, whatever, yada yada yada. And we're talking about members, Filipino members, being stopped by Philippine immigrations.
Wow, that sounds like a money
Yeah, this
grab
is
in
not
a way.
Korea saying that you can't go because you have wrong paper. No, they're not even in Korea. They're heading to different countries yet, and then and it sounds like a cash grab because they're saying people are saying that they're requiring specific unnecessary papers, and it's stupid. And then so that's why they had to cancel specific competitions or tournaments because some of their members are unable to issue visas. So in a sense, our government stopped a bunch of kids, a bunch of talented gamers, to aim, to go for their dream, to represent.
To represent the Philippines and and compete as cyber
Yep.
athletes.
And this is a really good team because Team Rave actually is known for earning $150,000 in the DotA 2 Asian Championships. and that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I think if you want to put it in peso, that's like around 6 mil. So like
At
they're
least
legit in some way.
more than 6 million. Yeah, they're a legit team. They're good. So wow. Well,
Obviously, they're the immigration trying to get money. I don't know what. I really don't. They chased them. They went to the plane and asked them to get out. That's a bit too much. I mean, like who does what country stops their own people to? I don't understand.
obviously the immigration people do not understand what these guys are doing, and they were just there like, oh, you haven't paid us this much money. Da-da,
I really hope it's not that again. I mean, seriously.
Playing video games as a profession? Get out
Literally,
of
get
here.
out of here.
Get out of
Literally,
here.
get out of here.
not
You're
real.
fooling us, man. Don't go to Korea.
We should teach the immigration about Josie Rizal.
You want to do that?
Tell them that
Because that's
video
another,
games are
that's
real.
another
Let's-
stupid
let's-
thing
let's
that we
move-
have to talk about.
Let's move to Josie Rizal. We talked about Josie Rizal last week, and well, before
Things have escalated.
I
Let's say
also-
that.
I would like to
It
encourage
blew
all.
up even more than we thought it would.
I would want to encourage our listeners also to write in and give your opinions on this whole Josie Rizal issue, because it's blown up to ridiculous proportions. Like to the point that we're talking about it.
No, to the point, yeah, to the point that I'm cringing that we're again I don't know, we're like, the Filipinos again are reacting when we don't have to react.
So, anyways, what's happened since we first brought it up? Essentially, as a person from the NCCA, National Culture Commission,
Whatever they are, yeah.
of the Philippines, made a statement saying that, oh, we don't like Josie Rizal. She doesn't represent she's disrespectful to the national hero. She doesn't look Pinay at all. And then basically, that got caught by Kotaku. Which is it's an internationally known video game blog, and from there I guess it got so much exposure that it just blew up. So suddenly Harada-san tweets that if you guys if they take any action for us to stop using the name, I'll just delete her entirely. And then now the NCCA is saying like, oh, but that person isn't the spokesperson for us, and we haven't made an official statement, but we are going to study her and tell you what our findings are. So,
Harada's such a
No,
good
and then,
troll.
honestly, like when Harada says I'm gonna delete the character, fine, because we're so butthurt about this. I don't know why. I think last week my reaction was, why Josie Rizal? It's just too much of a. It's too obvious and whatever, especially the clothing. She's too sexy. Fine, but I'm not like that butthurt about it. I'm just like, oh, come on. Okay, fine.
You're just questioning
Yeah,
some
but
design
not-
aspects, but you're
Yeah,
not like
but-
that. That's
But I'm not
that's a
questioning
video
that it's
game.
gonna like all the kids now were
You're not-
wrongfully being they're getting a bad idea of Jose
Yeah,
Rizal
you're not saying that. Get her out of here. She's insulting our
or,
people.
or national hero. If you really are, if some people think that they're damaging Jose Rizal's image, I think you have to look at our education or something.
but you see, I don't want him to delete it. Like, as part of me does agree with you there, but like at the end of the day, I feel like the people who are like the loudest in the complaining are people who aren't gamers.
Who don't know anything about video
and
games.
who don't know anything about video games. They don't understand that this is a video game, this is a fighting game. If you look at every other female character
or
in
any
Tekken,
female
her
character
outfit
ever.
is- her outfit is pretty tame.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Christie's outfit, or look
her,
at
her boob straps.
yeah, like right. So
Yeah,
and then-
Josie
Don't
just got the like.
Don't
the
let me
short
talk about
shorts.
Ivy from Soul Calibur.
Oh, but she's so.
Yeah, I know,
Calibur,
but
and she's
there's
immortal.
so much. There are so many characters that are so wrong, and so was that. But just because I don't know, just because Josie Rizal is really like, I guess a lot of in Filipino, like the colors and her name, and I guess her fighting style. Because there's also comments of like, you're not really using Eskrima, which is our Filipino fighting style. This is really just kickboxing, and then
Like
Eskrima,
but with
sorry.
No stick? What? But like,
with no.
there's more to Eskrima than just.
No, I know,
stick
and
fighting.
then it's just they're nitpicking this so hard. It's just so stupid. But like,
And it's uninformed.
It's uninformed,
nitpicking,
and-
I'd-
I think Harada or the team is saying you're the minority. That's what they always
Yeah,
keep.
that's
That's
what
what they
they're
always.
saying.
That's the
Like, we got
response. You're the
90%.
minority. We're not catering to you.
Most of the responses though were positive before all
Yeah,
that.
but the thing is, if he removes her, who
Of
loses out?
course, again.
Gamers, right? So for me,
Yeah,
I don't want that to happen because
you know, dude,
regardless
don't
of what
don't
you
worry.
feel,
He's not gonna do that because it was the same for Lucky Chloe when she first came out,
yeah, that's
and then
true.
he replied the exact same way. If America's gonna complain about Lucky Chloe, we're gonna turn him into a super American man.
But you know what? Even if you're a gamer and you're complaining about it, I have no doubt that once Tekken 7 is released, you're gonna play
Gonna use
Josie
her, yeah.
Rizal.
I know
For
I will.
sure. I will too. Because I want to see how she plays out, and
I
maybe
can't
she's
wait to
Mika's
see how
character.
I can't wait to see how they name her moves in her move list. It's gonna be so silly.
No, I don't like the reaction with I don't know with the Filipinos when they get I don't know butt hurt's the perfect word, perfect example of this whole thing.
Yeah, it's no
Are
that
we
on
that
the
are we do we
nose.
act that special when something like this happens?
No, that's why people are like saying like, oh, you should respect our national hero. Well, in a way, he did. He made the
Kids
character.
who play it, you can
And,
tell that's actually based on Jose Rizal. Do you know Jose Rizal? Bam, educate the damn child already. You have an opening already. How about that?
yeah,
Yeah,
and apart from her name and the fact that they're both Pinoy, like there's actually nothing connecting the two whatsoever. It's just an homage to you
Because
know.
homage.
That's it.
because like,
There's,
it's like oh okay Josie Rizal that's kind of corny, but it's a hats
I'm
off
pretty
to
sure there are a
us.
lot of I'm
No,
pretty sure
yeah,
there
if
are a lot of other people named Rizal in the Philippines who are like who are not as well
Yeah.
representing of the
like
person.
I'm sure if you're like someone from outside of the Philippines looking at this, and you read her like trivia and oh she's named after their national
Oh,
hero.
what
I
did
guess
Josie
that's
Rizal?
cool.
What did Josie Rizal? Sorry, what Jose Rizal do for the? It's not it's not. I really don't think it's disrespecting. It's just how you it's how
It's
you interpret the
fine.
information really. And I think the
It's a lot of knee-jerk
yeah, it's not a knee jerk. And
reactions that
I
people
really
are.
Yeah,
consider it as a hat
yeah,
off to the community because the Filipino community here is very active with Tekken. And I think that's just literally a hats off from Namco because Namco is really they're supporting that fucking that guy that fucking sorry that kid AK
AK.
Harada met
AK, yeah.
AK and Harada knows
Yeah, he's
how
the best
strong the
Tekken player in
community
the world.
is here. So that's why he considered having it was that as much as it's it being Josie Rizal, I still consider this a hats off to the community. But of course, people that are not the Filipino community or they freak out. And
No, that's just a thing in the Philippines. Like a lot of people want like attention from everyone else in the world, and there have been different cases of like people getting butthurt about something so
that's
insignificant.
a topic for another day because I really hate that mentality. It's a mentality that I think hinders us from moving forward. It really does.
Fastest developing
It's
third world
yeah,
country, baby.
it's really hindering us, I think. But that's a topic for another day. But what do you guys think? Are we really that butthurt, or is it really that bad that we have to address it more? Because maybe we're seeing it differently, and maybe you guys, the listeners, are seeing it differently. Because honestly, I already said it. We're just too butthurt. But maybe you guys think it really is necessary. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. There has to be another
No,
side.
I'm also curious to hear what others think. Like, get the opinion of game. I'm a feeling. I think a lot of people will agree with what we're saying, but then maybe I want to hear the opinion of, especially if you don't agree. Like, tell us why. Like,
Yeah,
what's
tell
so?
us
If you
why.
don't care, then
Why
cool,
do you find
because
it
that's
so
how it should be.
offensive?
To be honest.
And if you don't play Tekken or you don't give a shit, then
Yeah,
okay.
because it's really not important. But apparently, like Raptor reported on it. Um,
GMA
Inquirer
reports
report. I
about
mean,
it, ABS.
Everyone reported on it.
yeah,
Everyone jumped on that.
We're Mr. and
All the
Mrs. Pride
views.
when that happens. Like, oh, something Filipino happened. Jesus Christ. Interaction at news media. Whenever there's
Yeah.
something half
Yeah.
Pinoy and something big happened,
Oh yeah, dude. Like if they find a celebrity
they
who's
will
like half Pinoy,
jump on it.
they'll make a post like, look at this, she's half Pinoy. That means she cares.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, he ate palabok and loved it.
I really just hate that mentality. I really hate it. I really don't. We don't.
It's not even just interaction. Like
Even
even GMA
GMA
does
does
it
it.
sometimes, especially ABS.
Yeah.
CBN.
No, I even remember that one time in that remember there was that cafe shooting in Sydney, Australia, And
Oh yeah, one
no,
of the
they
hostages
reported it was like one of them was Pinoy or
half
No,
whatever.
that I
Pinoy.
understand because that is still our countrymen in danger.
No, but the article was just specifically about one of the hostages being half Pinay.
Okay, that's even
Yeah.
worse.
That's
Why?
That's bad. Okay.
Why is that important? The fact that she was a hostage is what's important, not that she's
No,
half.
yeah, the fact that she's a hostage and we have to worry about her life for our countrymen or whatever, not because
or like they have to resort to that kind of clickbait for people to check the
we
article.
and
It's
yeah,
kind of sad.
and Josie Rizal is just another another instance of that kind of situation. And hopefully I don't hear more about this Josie Rizal. We just move on, like but everybody's just jumping on it. But yeah, I think that's it for episode 77. I'm gonna lock it down for this week. Um, Thanks for listening in, guys. We have a lot in store, by the way, because next week we're gonna attempt to have a live show of the TMG podcast on April 11th.
Live.
On live, we're gonna stream.
All the bullshit mistakes that we edit
You're gonna
out,
hear
you'll
it.
hear.
That's what I'm gonna
You'll
do.
see
When
it
we're gonna
hopefully
when we
through
record it
webcam.
on April 11th and we're gonna stream it. If anybody was that, I won't cut it. I'm just gonna release it as is, raw. Yep.
The
And
audio.
you can tune in and talk and interact with us
Because
live.
we're technically gonna have footage of that. We're gonna technically gonna have footage of that. So you also Mix won't have to do anything because you just have to upload it on YouTube. That's it, right? I think.
That sounds amazing.
'Cause I know you release the video version every time. But yeah, we're gonna attempt to go on April because we had the big opportunity approached us and asked us if we would like to do our show
Office space.
on their office space. Yeah,
Big
so
office space.
we noticed that the internet's doable, so we're gonna attempt to do the live show to do our first live show of the TMG podcast. See how it goes. If you guys can drop by, join the conversation on what's gonna happen on that week.
That is on April 11th.
April 11th.
GMT plus 8. Because
Yeah,
we're in
GMT
the
plus 8,
Philippines.
2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Around that time. Around that time
we're-
we'll be live. But
We're gonna be live maybe 30 minutes after
yeah,
that. 'cause
I don't know if
we're
we're gonna. I
set
think
up.
we'll use most of the time in that office space, and then but we're gonna have the regular, usual podcast time and everything. But we'll have it live still. we're gonna put it up and then everything. So if you guys can drop by, if ever, it's gonna be on a Saturday. We'll post it on Facebook. We'll post it on Twitter. We'll let everybody know. Do drop by, join the conversation, and we'll see your comments. We'll see what's that. Call on our bullshit if you want to. We don't care.
Yeah, we're gonna be streaming it on our Twitch
Yeah.
channel, twitch.tv/toomuchgaming. So just follow us there and jump in
Yeah,
chat
we do
around
that.
time.
It's just the internet's just not cooperating with us. Orly's actually the one who does it. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll be reading chat live
Yeah.
then. So
So do drop by.
Say
We don't know
whatever.
what we have in store for that specific week. I think we'll plan it a couple of days before.
can we eat inside the office?
I know we have coffee there. That's it. And
Coffee's
that's free.
fine.
From what I know. Yeah.
Free coffee is
so-
fine.
Can we bring a pizza?
So it's an
inside?
awesome opportunity with us, and we want to check out our live stream. We want to check it out, see how it goes. So we'll see. So do check that out. If you want to check out our previous episodes of the TMG podcast, do check us out on our website www.toomuchgaming.com. That's 2 with the number 2. Our full archive is there for all our episodes, all the way to episode 1. Because we're now at episode 77. We haven't. That's a lot of episodes already. That's a lot of episodes.
We've been working
hard.
Yep.
Almost at that 100, baby. Triple digits.
Do check us out on Facebook, Too Much Gaming, Twitter.
Fast.
Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. I don't know if we have Instagram. Do we have Instagram? We don't have Instagram.
Well, we don't have an official one because somebody took too much
Really?
gaming already. Yes,
Oh.
I checked.
We don't
I
have an
tried.
Instagram. We might consider that.
We have our individual Instagram.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to mention that. Let's mention another YouTube though, because that's still pretty active, every day active.
Yeah, we still have at least one video a week.
Yeah.
The daily videos have stopped for now, but I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah, it's Too Much TMG blog, and we have a lot
Uh-huh.
of footage, event footage. We have walkthroughs, playthroughs, special quick looks and whatnot. I actually have one specific video I want to put about Bloodborne because it involves me shoving my fist on a pig's butt.
Awesome.
What? A big
Is that how you
That's
killed
how I
it?
came behind him.
Or did you just... Okay, you
I took it from
it
behind, and he didn't die, so I had to do it again. That's the problem because I was in New Game Plus. It needed another hit.
That
That fist damage was not enough to kill the big ass pig. No, or is it a rhino with like 10 eyes? I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, I want to put that up. If you guys noticed during this podcast, we were actually plugging in some questions and like what you guys think. And it's just since we're moving forward, we've been getting a couple of comments and suggestions, and we're reacting towards it because we want to move, as we move forward, we're getting closer to at least 100 episodes already. We're at 77 for Christ's sake. We are listening to your comments and your suggestions and all that, and you guys want more interaction. So we're trying to. This is our attempt on reacting towards those kinds of suggestions. We're throwing in some questions that we would like to know what you guys think of what we talked about in the podcast this week, especially. And if you can email us your comments or hit us on the comments in Facebook or in Twitter, either or even in YouTube, you guys can pick. But if you want to go on the email, you can email us at thetmgpodcast@gmail.com. You can, throw us your inputs about what happened in the podcast. We'd love to hear it. We can actually plug it in next week or even the live show because the live show is coming up next week. We can plug it in, see, and then pretty much share what your thoughts are. And if you have specific questions on what we want for us specifically or a specific topic you want us to tackle, we gladly want to hear those as well, and then we might just include that on the episode. So and of course suggestions and feedback is all again more than welcome. Same way that you can give us the feedback, Twitter, Facebook, or email, or even the damn YouTube comments. So this is our way of like interacting with you guys as well for listeners. So let us know what you think about the specific topics and everything, and what you guys will want to hear in the future as well. So because we want to grow, and the only way to grow obviously is what you guys think, and then as we move forward, it might be pretty awesome. We'll see. But what point is though, we're just really open to everything, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week then.
See you next
Bye.
week.
Thanks.